So, using the new Tabs map creator castles, we're going to do England versus Scotland, and we're going to keep count of who wins which battle. I don't know if you've seen this Scottish faction before, but it's absolutely sick. Honestly, this faction is incredible. I actually can't believe this faction exists, and it's going to make for some very spicy battles here. Oh, sir, are you okay? You look to be having a pretty hard time. At this point, I'm barely even showing you the Tabs maps. I'm just showing you the Scottish units. Oh, no, there's a small head. He's going to die a slow, painful death. Yeah, I guess we actually put down Robert the Bruce, a nice Scottish king. He looks a little bit interesting, but you know, this is Tabs after all. Okay, so this is the Scottish fortress. Now, let's put the English faction down as well. Be interested to see how the pathfinding on this map is. Oh, the English have got a lot more points already. Well, let's see if it's enough to get through the castle defenses. Yeah, okay, so the pathfinding still just doesn't really work, though. That's upsetting. For some reason, they're trying to get up the wall that way rather than going through the entrance. Yeah, the other side, the pathfinding does not quite work on this map. I mean, over here, the English are still getting in, slowly but surely. And we've got a massive melee round here. Wow, the halberd coming down on the Scottish unit. And yeah, these guys don't stand a chance, let's be honest. Rip. This is where the king is, all the way around here. Is there a fight happening? There is a fight happening. Has the king fallen? Oh my god, the king's fallen. Yeah, he's like mega dead. He's really dead. I mean, come on, we can't not take a peek, can we? Oh, there's a really hairy Scottish dude all the way around here. I don't fancy his chances. Oh, he's dead. Okay, it's a nice looking map, but the majority of the pathfinding on it doesn't actually work, to be honest. So I'm gonna give this a C tier on the tier list. Okay, we're gonna try and speedrun a few of these. Let's see what this one's got in store. I like the landing zone. I like the cliff idea. I like the town on top. I don't think the passageways up there are particularly nice. I'm gonna give this a D tier. If the other one was a C tier, this has got to be a D tier. Okay, this one here. I like what you've done here. It's just everything's like too rounded. Like for castles, it needs to be like really like squared off and sharp. It's just like, it looks like a terrain castle. I'm gonna stick this in the D tier. Okay, next one looks promising. It does look nice. The road without grass next to it is quite sharp and clean. I like how it's also got a bit of a dirt road here as well through the grass. To be honest, I probably will use this in some of my musket battles. I'm gonna put this into the B tier. The next one, the Carrot Castle. I like how you've kind of gone for a unique aesthetic with the Carrot Castle. The inside compound, once you get inside the wall, it looks lived in before you get to the inner keep, which is equally impressive. Wow, I might have to actually play this one because it just looks that good. And this time we'll make the English defend. So let's get some archers along the walls. Again, we'll put down stay banners with these guys because we don't particularly want them moving. They want to actually like defend this castle properly. Yes, so this is the defense for the Carrot Castle and the English army. Now for the Scottish faction. Okay, let's see if this Scottish army can breach the fortress. They are Scottish, but it's worth a try. Okay, this is where we see if the archers work. Yes, the archers work. The boys are moving through the center down here. Let's see how they do. Come on, boys. Get in there. Get in there. Can the Scottish army take down the English? In fact, the Scottish faction looks so good, but the units are so weak. Oh no, they got a couple more men back there, to be fair. Fall. Yes! Drown! Yeah, well, this hasn't gone very well. We're down to basically only archers for this Scottish faction here. I think this might be the final Scottish noble, and he's having a hard time taking down an archer. Oh, he's not dead? Is he dead? Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Wow, that was actually humiliating. And there we go. Well, that was an unadulterated disaster. As for the map, I'm gonna put this into the B tier. Okay, next up, we're gonna speedrun a few more. I'm gonna put this into the E tier. There's no castle. Next up, there's a nice little path with a forest and like a way in. And it looks like the units can definitely fire over the walls. It's a little bit basic for me though. It's just walls. It's not really a castle as such. I'm gonna put this into the D tier. This one looks interesting. I mean, it's nice. It's nice looking. It looks nice, but it just doesn't really lead anywhere. There's just like loads of passageways that don't really go anywhere. I'm gonna put that into the C tier. My expectations for this one are low, I'll be honest. It just doesn't look very square. It looks like very rounded. That's my main problem. Hold on, is this the Tabs Castle? Somebody's made the Tabs Castle. It's a good idea that you went for, but I'm gonna give that D tier. Okay, next one. This must have been created by the guy who made the other one. I don't know, but we're gonna give it a D tier. Same problem. Everything's really like rounded and smooth. Castles are like sharp and like have these like straight edges. Okay, Fort Slava, let's see. Oh, wow, I mean, there's a lot going on here. And this stuff looks more like barbed wire than any of the other things I've seen, so you've done well with the barbed wire. These work as bunkers very nicely. Your sandbags are quite nice. The train tracks are quite interesting as well. I like it, but I don't want to give it a B tier. I'm gonna just have to give it a C tier. Although this one looks promising. I say that every time. It's tiered really nicely, so they have to make their way up here. They then got to make their way all the way around the side. So they got to come round the back here, and then they get up. And again, once they're up, they've then got to go round the side again. And then once they come round the side, round here, they can then finally gain access to the central position here. You know what? I'm gonna stick that in the B tier. Okay, this one, I mean, it's not really a castle, but it's a really good map. I will almost definitely use this as a map. I just wouldn't call it a castle map. You know what? If there was a castle at the back, I would give this an A tier, but I'm gonna put it in the B tier, but this just doesn't really count as a castle to me. Apologies if I skipped your map. Please also understand, if I was to play every single one of these maps, this video would be absolutely horrifyingly long. I'm gonna skip these two. Maybe I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. I'm glad I gave it a try because it's quite nice. Oh, there's a secret side entrance. Oh, very cheeky. Very cheeky. And also, there's like the underground section over here. Again, sharp edges, not like these like terrain slopes like this. Tell you what, actually, I'll put that into the C tier. Now, this one, what was that noise? Considering how small the fortress are, the walls are absolutely massive. And I like how they're broken down here. Nice little detail. I mean, I'm not entirely sure there's quite enough rubble for walls that big, but still. But I will give this a strong C tier. Let's see what the next page has got. I really need to speed this up, otherwise this video is just gonna be too long. So I'm gonna thumbnail rank some of these. I'm gonna give that a C tier. I'm gonna give this a D tier. I want to inspect this one a little bit closer. A nice, clearly defined road going over to it, and then a very well done castle. It's just missing a little bit of, you know, features on the inside, I would say. It is good, though. It definitely is good. I'm gonna give that a solid B tier. Nice. With these ones, you kind of just have to play them to find out. So, here goes. I wouldn't really call this a castle. There's, like, nothing castle-like about this, really. But it's a nice little map. But I'm going to give this a D tier. I'm going to put that one into D tier. And this one's going to go in D tier as well. Let's load this up. Okay, don't know about this. I like the area that they come down from and the tents here, but the castle itself is really not nice. I know you've tried to do like the corner of a star fort, but it's just not straight at all. I mean, it's got a lot going on. I'll put it in the C tier. Now, this one here, I literally can't see a thing, so I've kind of got to play it. I mean, okay, so there's trenches down here. Is this an entrance? It goes to like a... Oh, how do we get into the castle? You don't get in by just walking around the side. Nah. What? I mean, that's got to be a D tier, right? Now, this one here is Killer Bee's map, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is S tier. The level of detail in this build is incredible. So this is what I mean. Like, the sides on it want to be a lot more straight. There's two ways up to the top. There's a way up there, and there's a way up there. On the inside, you can actually travel away through all the walls on the inside, and some of the walls even have damaged areas to get in. There's 4 ways into the central compound on each side, and honestly, I played this map, and I thought it was one of the best tabs maps I've played so far. Star Fort, even though it's a square, is our first S tier map of the day. Okay, next up is Ministirith. It's the Walmart version. It does look nice. I'm not entirely sure how the units... Yeah, how does anyone get in there? Yeah, I don't know. Like, the map's not playable. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put that in E tier. I need to speed this up. We're only halfway through. So there's one way in through the middle there through that bridge. I mean, there's nothing outrageously wrong with it. The terrain stairs up is just like a big no for me. It's just a big no. I'm gonna put it in the C tier. There's nothing egregious in there, but it's just lacking a bit of flavor and spice. What the hell is this? Bruh. Bruh, what is this? Is that supposed to be from that, like, film with the moving castles and stuff? I'm not sure, but this is Bumhole. I mean, you can't play anything. There's no playability, and it's not even particularly nice. F tier. It's hard to tell if that's really good or absolutely trash. So we'll have to play it and find out. Ooh, I'm glad we played it. One clean walkway in with areas for these guys to shoot down on. A central keep in the middle. Ooh, there's a cheeky secondary way up. Very sneaky. And is there the same thing over here? Or there is. There's a third way up. Okay. I feel like if you're going to build like a castle inner wall like this, I feel like this shouldn't be grass. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to give that a C tier. It's good, but it's not great. Okay, last one on the second page. It's got the makings of something. I mean, the moat's just a little bit like, yeah, nah. I mean, the actual, like, layout of it is nice. Yeah, this could be something, though. It really could be something if it was just given a bit more love. I've got to give it a D tier. It's just, there's not enough going on, and it's all terrain. But it's got a spark. There's something there. Okay, I believe we are now on to page number 3. So, Hill Stronghold. Okay, so there's like 2 layers of walls. The path is quite nice. I'm gonna have to give it a D tier, man. I'm gonna, there's nothing egregious, but there's also just like nothing that really makes me think castle. It's like, it's a church with some walls. And the walls are like massive towers with then just some really tiny walls. Yeah, D tier. Okay, next up we've got this one here. So straight away, I mean, it looks Greek. It's got 2 nice little Spartans here. We've got a little bit of a broken wall. Thing is, it just kind of looks like a mound. It just looks like they forgot to put a wall here rather than like a broken wall. And I would say the same thing is probably true on the other side. The collection of like buildings you put together here does look quite nice. Oh, you can go around here. Where does this lead you to? Wow, this is just like way too convoluted. Like it goes the whole map. It's a good start. It's a good start. Just needs more detail. I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Okay, next up, I apologize, but I'm just gonna have to speedrun a few of these. Otherwise, this video is gonna last forever. I'm gonna go for C tier. It's gonna be an F tier. And I'm gonna have to play this one because I just can't see what's going on. It might be on the good spectrum. I mean, those are some serious walls, actually. Thing is, your thumbnail just really did not do this justice whatsoever. I mean, it's more like, rather than a castle, it's more just like a wall would be my only thing here. And there's no way up to the wall. I was gonna give it a D tier based on its thumbnail, but I'm gonna put that in a C tier. I'll give it a C tier. Okay, above my noggin, that's the very first one we actually played. This one here, it's just the inside compound. The walls look a bit buggy. I'm gonna give that a D tier. This one here, that's like a couple of towers with a very small wall and a church. Not really a castle, so that's D tier. This one here is interesting. Let's give it a try. Okay, so right away, it's obviously a terrain-heavy build. I don't know about that, to be honest. If this was done with the sharp edges and not just like the sculpting tool with some other features as well. Look what I mean when there's like these random lumps everywhere and it's all smoothed out and everything. It just doesn't really look like a castle. I'm gonna have to put that in the D tier, man. I'm gonna have to put that in the D tier. Next up, we've seen a lot of maps like this before. I'm gonna give that a C tier. The walls look good, but there's nothing really in there. Behind me here, it's another one of those maps that the thumbnail just doesn't really show me anything. Okay. The walls are quite nice. I don't know how I feel about this. It doesn't really fit the rest of the theme. It's like kind of like a European medieval theme plus some big ancient Greek thing in the middle. D tier. And now this one here. Again, another one where the thumbnail shows me absolutely nothing. Wait, is that the same one? No, it's not the same one. The battlements and like defensive areas outside the front of the castle and the ruined wall. Good use of the wall, actually. By making the wall just way bigger, it fits in nicely with these towers. I would say it arguably falls victim to the same criticism that I've been saying for a few of these. It doesn't look so much like a castle. It looks more just like a walled-in church. I'm gonna give that a C tier. This one looks really good. This one looks really good. This one, it just looks like a big rock. It just doesn't really look like a castle. And the moat doesn't go all the way around it, which again doesn't really make much sense. It just looks a little bit lost. I'm going to have to put this into the F tier. I'm really hoping this is going to be an A tier. It looks good. Ah, nice little detail here. There's like a little ruined fortress area down here. Then there's a little village area over here. There's a lot more towers and a lot more defensive structures. And like you can see, it's up on like a mounted cliff. It just looks like this is actually, like, look at this. This looks more like a defended castle than just a church in some walls. Ah, very nice. So there's a second way up around the back of the castle. That's pretty nice. I think we have found our first A tier. It's a very well-made map with distinct and interesting areas. I'll tell you what, it's been quite a long time since we've actually done a battle with the English and the Scottish units. So let's change that. I'm gonna kind of intentionally leave this like back passage undefended for the English soldiers to get up because I think it would make the battle more interesting. We'll get archers at the back here, which will just follow up the rest of the units, I guess. Yeah, let's just go for like spearmen, archers, and the King's Guard here. Yeah, the cavalry charge can come around the back of the units. I feel like that would be quite a nice little touch. This castle is going to be defended by the Scottish army. Come on, boys, please don't let me down again. And the English are going to be attacking directly across the center as well as through the back. Let's see how the pathfinding works for these units. Oh, you saw nothing. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so the pathfinding leaves something to be desired, if I'm honest. All the cavalry died immediately. The Scottish pikemen have been absolutely bodied, but now the archers... Oh, kill the small head. Did that just kill the small head? Please tell me he's dead. No, is he dead? I'll tell you what, a lot of the pathfinding here does not really work. Come on, please kill the small head. Please kill him. That's him right in the middle there. If the small head survives this, you realize I'm gonna have to go on like a serial arson spree and burn down many homes in tabs. You kind of have to build up the terrain and then build the walls around the terrain. The English have finally managed to find their way through the compound, probably because I got rid of the stay banners. I don't believe it. Have those like basic spearmen taken down the professional Scottish infantry? They did as well. They actually just wiped them. Bro, that's actually so cringe. I don't believe that just happened. Are the English gonna win again? Please just hurry up and die. Wow, I can't believe you've done this. Oh, did anyone get got by the ballistas actually? I wonder. Oh, is he gonna get got by the ballistas? Please get killed by the ballista. Please, 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 please. Yes! Is this game over when this guy dies? I don't believe it. The English have won again. You can never claim again that I've rigged any battles ever. Okay, so that's staying as an A tier because it looks great, but the pathfinding is dog turds. Plastic Scot Castle submission. This looks really good. I really like the individual fields. That works really nicely for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like the pathing and the village itself are also very nice. What we got over here, we've got a pile of gold. It's always interesting when there's two ways in, and they've got a ballista on repeat there as well, which is quite a nice touch. But the castle itself, because you can see there's a moat around it. There's like decent walls, decent towers, and like it's like very well defined as like a castle-like area. Because of the moat, the walls, and the towers, and the bridge over to it, it's much more obvious that it's a castle than, for example, just a couple of fences and a church behind it. I'm gonna put this in the B tier. And so that takes us to the final page, and there's only 3 submissions. Let's get to it. There's like an entranceway there, which leads to a second entranceway and a courtyard. Same thing, I presume, is mirrored on the other side. And then there's a middle entrance through here, which you come through, and you walk down this compound to this building at the end. I'm not sure I would call it a castle. Maybe like a villa or a compound. I would give this a C tier. This could be okay, actually. Let's give it a spin. Yeah. Again, this is kind of what I'm saying, though. Is like, is this a castle or is it a wall? I like this feature here with a rock in here. Like, the ramp up to it is like, you know, you've done something on the side there, which makes it look more like stairs. That's quite nice. I like that. It's like a nice little touch. It's a nice compromise. But this is my main criticism of a lot of these bases, is it's not really a castle so much as it is a small village behind a wall. I'm gonna give this a C tier. It's not really a castle, but it looks like quite a nice map, and I reckon it could make for a decent battle. Peasant Revolt. It looks like more of a fort than it is a castle. So there's only one way over if I'm not mistaken. Unless it's shallow enough to get through. It's not. It's very, very not shallow. I wouldn't really so much call this a castle as like a little fort. I've got not many criticisms about this, other than just like the scale of it, I guess. But I don't think it warrants a B tier. I think this map is also a C tier. If you haven't joined my Discord, there'll be a link in the description. Make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you next time.